In preparation for the third round of Mars One's astronaut selection process, this month the organisation gave each of the remaining candidates contracts to sign. This contract is designed to formalise and make more official the relationship between ourselves and Mars One, and it covers topics such as media aspects, logistics for the next round, and much more besides. Now, whilst only 24 of the candidates will become full-time employees of Mars One, this contract serves as an intermediary agreement prior to the full employment contract that those selected for training will sign. Since we'll be forming ourselves into teams for the group challenges that comprise the next round of Mars One's selection process, we've been organising a series of unofficial meetups around the world to get to know each other better. Recently, I attended one in London on April 14th, where I had the chance to meet 5 of my fellow candidates: Claire, Alison and Alex from the UK, along with Angel from Spain and Christian from Denmark. To arrange such meetings, we've established a communications platform where we've managed to reach 83 of the remaining candidates thus far, and we try and organise a meetup whenever one candidate is visiting another candidate's country. Now, I'm looking forward to many more such meetups in the future, and in particular to the lead up to the big gathering of all of the remaining candidates at the location of Mars One's first Simulation Outpost, which is where the next 2 rounds of the selection process will be taking place. Now, during this residential stay, Mars One have contracted a production company to make a documentary series about the selection process, and Mars One are also currently in negotiations with a number of international broadcasters to license and distribute the series. Now, this naturally poses the question as to where this Simulation Outpost is going to be located. Mars One is going to be revealing this later in the year, but in the meantime there's been a fair amount of speculation this month as to the locations being considered. Perhaps one personal favourite of mine is what started as an April Fool's joke in the Cyprus Mail, where they said that Cyprus was going to be applying to host the outpost. Now, in what turned out to be an incredible coincidence, the Cyprus Space Exploration Organisation revealed that the country had indeed applied to host the outpost and were involved in high-level talks with Mars One concerning this. But Cyprus isn't the only location. We also heard this month, following a visit by Mars One's CEO to the Emirates Institute for Advanced Science and Technology in Dubai, that it was reported in the UAE newspaper The National that Dubai is also a possible contender to host the outpost. And Bas Lansdorp has also confirmed that the Netherlands is also being actively considered to host the outpost. I'll post a link to each of these stories, of course, down below so you can check them out, but I'd be really interested to know as to what you think the best location would be for the outpost. Let me know in the comments below. So the Simulation Outpost is vital to Mars One's selection process and training, but will of course require a substantial financial input along with the rest of Mars One's developments this year. At the moment, Mars One is standing by to receive the funds from an investment deal they signed last November, with the principal signatures being an asset management firm and an investment bank. Mars One currently estimates that the funds from this deal should be in the bank and available to spend around the summer of this year. So what is this money going to be used for? Well, principally, it's going to be used to finance a second contract with Lockheed Martin for Mars One's first unmanned demonstration lander in 2020. But equally crucially, it's going to be used to finance a mission concept study for each and every one of the components of Mars One's mission plan. So the plan is to have the financing for all of these sorted and paid for by the end of 2015, with the results of all of these studies coming in around the summer of 2016. Now, once these results are in, Mars One will then be able to clearly lay out the technological basis and feasibility of their mission architecture, and crucially, develop a much more rigorous cost estimate of the total cost that this mission will require. Now, the public release of the first of these conceptual design studies, the Environmental Control and Life Support System study by the Paragon Aerospace Development Corporation, is being eagerly awaited by myself and the other candidates, but unfortunately as of the time of recording this video there's been no official word from Mars One on an updated estimate of the release date. I will of course keep you updated as always, but overall I think it's fair to say that this year is going to be a very interesting one for Mars One. Thanks for watching. If you're new to this channel, I produce Mars One mission updates at the end of each month, bringing you the latest news on the project. This month's featured video is a brief interview with Mars One's CEO Bas Lansdorp over on Bloomberg, which is well worth a watch. And if by some miracle of coincidence you haven't already seen SpaceX's epic CRS-6 landing attempt on April 14th, then I highly recommend that you drop everything now and go and take a look. Next up, I'll be releasing the final 2 exciting instalments of Project Phobocam. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss them, and to stay up to date with the latest developments in the Mars One mission.